is our inaugural Dishing with the Dean event. Chell, take it away.
Well, first, this was the crazy idea of Elisa Lurkis, who thought it'd be really fun to do a live cooking demo. And that's partly because I love to cook. I like to come home and relax from work. And by cooking, it flushes everything out of my mind. So I come home and I cook every night, and I've taken cooking classes from the Culinary Institute, a lot online, some in person, and I cook. Since I've been in Arizona, I've done nothing but cook and gain 10 pounds because, well, we made beef Wellington, and I don't know what else we made, but we make things all the time. So I wanted to cook something today that was simple. First, because we've never done this on camera, and sometimes it gets really hectic to cook long and everything else. So we're going to cook something simple today, but I like to do it as a relaxation mode. So Gail, every night when I go home, you know what I'm doing. I'm standing doing this, but I always have my iPad handy in case the provost sends me something that I have to respond to.
That never happened.
Right now, I don't have that. We're not responding to any email today. And I have my great wife, Chell Roberts, who doesn't want to be on the screen, who's doing the filming today, and my mother-in-law, Ruth, back there hiding in the background. But I decided to do today two things: a Camembert cheese, which is really easy. That's like not even cooking, and a Caesar salad. And I'll tell you why both. First, the Camembert cheese, we had a year or two ago when we went to France. We pulled into a place, they were closing the kitchen, and they said, hey, we can make you some Camembert cheese, but we can't cook you anything else. And so they made it with some crackers, and that's about all they brought out, a simple salad. And we sat and we ate Camembert cheese with crackers, and it was like, whoa, this is really good stuff. So I really like the Camembert cheese, and if you can get really good Camembert cheese, that's good. What I have is like fries. It's okay, it works. Ingredients are important. But the second thing that I want to do is a Caesar salad. And you're going to say, why? Well, first, it's simple. I can do it in a short period of time. The second, like Caesar salad, we're going to make the most incredible Caesar salad you've ever had. And if you think about a Caesar salad, you go to lots of places. It's on the menu. You eat it. And sometimes you eat it. And by the way, if you've eaten a bad one, you know, people throw it together. They think they know what they're doing. And if they don't spend the time, the ingredients to do it, it's like, yee. But it's good, bottled dressing, institutionalized. But if you do it right, it is an umami bomb. If you know the word umami, umami is like the fifth flavor. And it has this depth. It hits the back and the sides of my tongue. And it's smooth and it goes down. And you got the crunchy romaine. You got all these ingredients. I'm going to explain them all. So that's like really incredible. And that's why I wanted to do it, because it goes with so many things, whether it's a steak or whether it's chicken or whether it's pasta. You make a Caesar salad and it's like, it can go, wow, because it can be the side that provides that umami, or you can put like the shrimp on top and make it like the main dish, and it can be everything. So Caesar salad, when done right, is like, wow. It's like the greatest thing. And we have it about every week, sometimes twice a week, sometimes. So we're gonna explain the history of that. But before I get started, because it takes about 20, 25 minutes, I got to get the Camembert cheese. Not great, but okay. What I've done is you just take it, you buy it in a box, grocery store, and on the top, there's this coating. So I cut it off. I scored it, and I took it off, and I'm going to do something really simple with the Camembert cheese to get it started. Set it in a pan. The oven is at about 380, but everybody's oven differs, so you got to be a little bit careful. I'm going to take a little rosemary that's fresh, and I throw it on top. As simple as that. Boom! And guess what? We're going to put it in the oven. And by the time we're done with the Caesar salad, maybe, depending on questions and other things, then it will be done, and we can have cheese, crackers, and a Caesar salad. And we got some leftover chicken, so we'll probably do that too. All right.
What's the temperature on the oven, Chell?
380. It's at 380 right now, but that's my oven, because when I came here, we brought in a calibration tool to test the oven to see what it really is. And if you have kind of a not a great oven, sometimes they'll go up like 30 degrees and then they'll drop and they'll go up. It depends on how your oven's calibrated. So you got to have a good oven to do this sort of thing. All right. So first thing I want to talk about.
Is it a regular oven or a convection oven?
Yes.
Is it a regular oven or a convection oven?
I have it on convection right now. It doesn't really matter for the Camembert. Convection just circulates the air so you keep a more uniform temperature inside of your oven. So first thing I'm going to talk about is mise en place, which means my cooking setup. So the things that I use, besides my glass of water or glass of wine or whatever I'm going to have. Cutting board. By the way, I'm in Arizona. I don't have my things at home, and I have a much better cutting board. But I like to take a wet towel, stick it down, stick a cutting board on it because it doesn't move when I cut. Got to have a rag. You got to have a good chef's knife. Thank you, Andre, for the great chef's knife that he's here. A paring knife. Now, there are lots of things that we're going to add to that. This is a finger squeeze. Oh, not a finger squeezer, a lemon squeezer. I got to grate some cheese later on for you. A pestle so that I can squash some things up. A whisk so I can whisk. And some spoons so I can taste without my fingers. And for a Caesar salad, one of the most important things, a wooden bowl. So the Caesar salad was invented in 1924 in Tijuana, Mexico, by this Italian immigrant that came. And the story is that he had friends coming over, and there was nothing in the fridge. And so he's looking around for something to cook with, and he finds romaine lettuce. And by the way, I like these little artisan ones because they're small and really cool. Romaine lettuce and some other ingredients, and he flips together and he makes the Caesar salad, and wow, it becomes so popular. So last semester, maybe 2 semesters ago, I took some students down to Tijuana. We went to the restaurant where they make the original Caesar salad. That was Cesar Cardignan. That's the name of the individual who made the Caesar salad. That's his restaurant. And so I watched them make it. And then I came back and I said, I'm going to make this Caesar salad. Now, I've changed it just a little bit, and I'll tell you where my modifications are. But it's like, wow, we're going to make the Caesar salad, this original. And he always makes it in a wooden bowl. This was very important. So at home, I have, this is my daughter-in-law's wooden bowl. But I have one at home that is my wooden bowl for Caesar salad. And I don't do much else in it because it's like a cast iron skillet. You season it, and it becomes the Caesar salad bowl. So we're going to make the most incredible Caesar salad using the Caesar salad bowl. But there are some important ingredients you got to have to make a good Caesar salad. So the things that, of course, I really love, the romaine lettuce is much better than any other lettuce for a Caesar salad. Teeny tiny bit bitter, but the crunch of those ribs is like really important. It can hold the dressing really well. When you make it. So the best lettuce is get a romaine and get a small thing and take off the outer leaves and make sure it's crunchy. Now, we couldn't make a Caesar salad without really good Dijon mustard. Dijon mustard is made with white wine, and in France, we tried a lot of mustards. This is one of the best mustards they make. So I keep 3 qualities of Dijon mustard in my house. My very best one I use in a Caesar salad. And then there are other ones, like French's Dijon is actually highly rated for taste. And I use that in some things. And then I have like the Fries brand, which is pretty good and it tastes all right. But this provides like a tangy, it's like that tang that bounces off your tongue when you eat. So really important. Now this, something you probably don't have at home. I get these at Whole Foods, here AJ's. Anchovies.
What was
small
the
anchovy fillets?
What was the brand of the mustard?
Oh, remember Andre Malier? It's Andre's
my.
last name, kind of. It's a little spelled a little differently, and I'm probably saying it wrong, but that's the best mustard. And I only use it for Caesar salads or something special when I'm doing it because you know, when you spend more money, you got to make sure that you're doing something that qualifies for that, like, wow punch of the mustard. Anchovies, I don't like the stuff in the tin usually. I mean, sometimes it's good, but you get a whole tin, you open it up, and what do you do with the rest of the anchovies? You throw them away. So the bottles are best because I can keep them in the fridge. I can pull them out, but I go through them. So I order them by the small case at home. Crazy, huh? All right, so we got the anchovies. And the anchovies, so anchovies are an umami flavor. They're some of the things that hit you in the back of the tongue. And what we're going to macerate them. So it's not like you're going to have anchovies on your salad. If anybody throws the anchovies on top of their Caesar salad, they blew it. They did it completely wrong. What we want to do is blend into the dressing so it's like gone. And it's like this nutty, salty, deep throat flavor that just can really hit you if you do it right and you don't overdo it. We love it. We love anchovies. Now, garlic, secret ingredient. It has a bite, so it provides a bite to your dish. And some like it and some don't. And I'll show you 2 different ways to do garlic so we can figure out how much you really like. Lemon, the brightness, so that picks it up. It's going to take what's like a deep olive oil anchovy flavor with the bite and the tang, and it's going to go like bang, and it's going to like pick it up. And you're going to go like way excited because you got lemon. We go through lemon. I go through 10 lemons a week. It's one of my most essential ingredients. It's almost as important as salt. Another umami flavor from the juniper berry is Worcestershire sauce. And I don't get anything special. You can't really find that many brands. I just buy Leah and Perrin's Worcestershire sauce. I can't quite say it right. But we go through, and I buy that in the 2-fold at Costco. All right, so we got that, the lemon. Now, the incredible edible egg. And so you can do a couple of things there. We're going to use an egg yolk. Egg yolks are really great because they emulsify, they absorb oil, and they absorb everything. And yeah, it's raw. Now this one, I don't always do it, but I coddled it. And coddling means you're going to take the egg and I warm it up first, and then I put it in boiling water for only 1 minute. And then I take it out and put it in an ice bath. I've done that with this egg. And you do that because it kills the bacteria on the outside of the egg and just on the membrane on the inside. So it's a little bit healthier. But if I'm lazy, I don't do that with the egg. I just take the yolk out, and we usually live, and nobody's died yet. But for you, I coddle the egg. Hopefully I didn't coddle it too long because then the yolk's not any good and you can't use it. And I'll have to go get another one out of the refrigerator to do it. So we got an egg. All right. Now, one of the best parts, another umami flavor, is the Parmesan cheese. Parmigiano Reggiano, to be precise. And I never buy it in the little green thing. Okay, why? Because if they pre-grate cheese, they add like a talc powder, very thin, but it's to keep it flowing and smooth, but it's not the best Parmigiano Reggiano. Now, this is okay, but I have some at home that's 24 months. So 12 months, 24 months, 6 months, you get it aged. And the aging makes a big difference in the flavor of the Parmigiano Reggiano. So again, I have like 3 types of Parmigiano Reggiano at home. And for my salads, Caesar salad, I'm going to use the best Parmigiano Reggiano. We'll grate that up. All right. So I think I have all of my ingredients except for the olive oil. And I have about a cup of olive oil here, not quite a cup that we're going to use. And I also have multiple grades of olive oil, but this is Costco brand extra virgin olive oil. It's okay. And we're going to make that work today. So there it is, the basic ingredients for making a Caesar salad that's going to be like, wow, the best you've ever had. But you got to do this right, else you're not going to have the best you've ever had, and you're going to just say, Caesar salad, I don't want another Caesar salad. All right, I always start with the garlic. And with the garlic, there are 2 things you can do. When I watched it done in Mexico, in Tijuana, that's how you break your garlic up. I get a clove of garlic. Take it out on the side. Good sized clove. And what they do in Tijuana, when I first saw it, oh, in my Nissan Plus, I always have a garbage bowl on the side so I can throw all my garbage in it. They take the garlic clove. I usually smash it up to get the skin off. But they take the bowl, something in the bottom of the bowl. They take the bowl, and then they take the garlic, and they rub it. Now, you might start to see the rub of that, all of that garlic. And so this is another reason that you got to be careful with this bowl. If you wash it out, you wash that seasoning out. But you get that garlic flavor all over the bowl. And then when I mix it together, it's like it's going to like, bam, it's going to penetrate the leaves and the dressing. And it's going to be like really good garlic flavor. Now, some of us like garlic more than others. My wife doesn't like garlic as much, or my mother-in-law as much as I do. But I love garlic. So I do a second step that they didn't do in Tijuana. I add more garlic. But I don't like, and if people don't like garlic, they don't want to bite into a chunk of garlic that goes king, because then that zap you get from the spice, it can be overwhelming, especially if you're kind of mild on the garlic. So I macerate the garlic. Not just mince it, I macerate it. So, and to macerate, you chop it, you chop it, you chop it. Watch your fingers. By the way, I have cut 2 ends of fingers off, been to the hospital, had them stitched up, and I'm much more careful now. And if I do it today, we have to end this in the middle. But to macerate, so far we're just chopped. We're getting close to mince, and I could do a formal mince. But kosher salt. I only use kosher salt. And I use kosher salt because it doesn't have iodine in it. Now, if you have scurvy, have the iodized salt. But if you don't have scurvy, it's a flatter, non-iodized flavors with salt. I always put it in a bowl. I have a nice one at home so I can rain down. But the salt acts as an abrasive on the garlic. So what I do is I then push it into the salt and then chop, 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 chop. And I push it into the salt. Chop, 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 chop. Push it into the salt. Before too long, now I've made some ahead of time, but you can kind of see, maybe you can see out there, how the maceration and the salt make it into a paste. So I'm going to create, what I'm trying to create is a garlic paste so that anybody that's eating the garlic doesn't get a bite of garlic. They get like this paste of garlic mixed in with this creamy, smooth, cool dressing. And you can see it's getting there. I just sometimes have too big of chunks. Macerate, macerate. See, the good thing about this is it gets your frustrations out. So you're at work, you got a problem with faculty or staff, they hate your guts because you've been, or alumni calls up and says, why are you doing this? You macerate. That's what you do, you just macerate. And all of your troubles go away, Gail. All of your troubles, if you macerate garlic, are gone. That smell, that maceration. Now look at that. So now what we've got is this garlic paste that I'm going to throw into the bowl because I like another clove of garlic. I like that whole clove of garlic inside of here. All right. Garlic paste in the bowl. Mostly pasted. Second, I showed you the anchovies. Anchovies are just great. They're phenomenal. They're wonderful. So I'm going to take a spoon, and depending on how many people you have, and there's oil with it, so I've got a little oil in that anchovy. I'm going to throw them in here. And I'm going to take about 3 anchovy fillets. I'm going to take the rest. But we don't want to serve it that way. No, you don't want to eat the whole thing. So I use a pestle. And now you got to watch me squash everything up. We want to make this all into a wonderful paste. Oh, you don't believe the smell. Garlic and anchovy together, it's like, wow, popping in my nose. We're ready to eat. Everybody's coming. They're gathering around. They're saying, when's this going to be done? And it's soon. But this also helps with the taste. All right. So we got a good chopped up. Chunk of the anchovies. Yum. All right, now I'm going to take about a tablespoon of that Dijon mustard. I'm going to throw it in. So we got the anchovy umami, the Dijon like pop with the garlic like zap, pop, zap, umami, looking really good. And I have put that all in the bowl. And now comes the really fun part. The incredible edible egg. So I'll take my garbage bowl. I'll crack the egg. And it's called, you can kind of see the white on the side there. So this one's called pretty good to get the white. But, of course, you could go back and forth. But the very best strainer for an egg is the hand. And it doesn't matter if you get a little white in here. Plop goes the egg inside the bowl. And, of course, we always have our bar towels in hand. So now I've got garlic, anchovy, mustard, and egg yolk. And you know what? An egg yolk, when you emulsify it, and that's how they make mayonnaise. I was going to make a mayonnaise first. A mayonnaise can suck in 1 whole cup of olive oil. So you can keep whipping it, and it sucks it in, and it makes a mayonnaise. And so what we're really doing is creating an anchovy garlic Dijon mayonnaise. That's what we're doing. That's what this is. But there is a couple other little ingredients that I'm going to add to this. So I have my half a cup of olive oil. I'm going to pour just a little bit in. I start kind of slow, just so I get all of those pieces into this thick broth. Make sure everything's in there. And see, like in the bottom of the bowl, this is really, really thick stuff. It doesn't even come off the lid. And so as soon as I have it put together, we're going to add a little more olive oil. And the emulsification is the egg yolk sucking up. It just like to suck up. And if you whip it around, it's just as thick. So the egg yolk has successfully whipped that up.
Hey, Chell?
Yes?
We got a question. The provost has a question. She wants to know,
Gail, what's up?
can you use pasteurized egg yolk that comes in the carton?
Yeah, you can, as long as the egg yolk's raw. Now, what I've found with making mayonnaise, and I've tried to make an aioli here, is that the fresher the egg, the better. So I even had to go to Whole Foods to get some really good eggs to make my mustard. Now, these are just from Fry's or Ralph's here, and these are working fine, but the mustard and the anchovy are thick enough that they help the emulsification. So yeah, you can use any egg yolk, fresher, better. If it doesn't, if you see the oil separate and it's not together, the usual problem is it wasn't very fresh and you had old eggs. And you go back to your whoever and say, you had really crummy eggs. All right. Look, so I put in all of that olive oil. I haven't put it on yet. And look, it's still clean in there. So the more it emulsifies, the more I can add at a time. It just seems to suck it up. And by the way, a couple drops of water sometimes will increase the emulsification to make it even better. I like the whisking. This is like maceration. It's like getting your frustrations out. But here we are. Look at that. I mean, is that like globby? I mean, it's just like, you know that it has emulsified. And we're going to take care of that in just a minute. I want more olive oil. You know, 2 egg yolks can make an entire bottle of mayonnaise. So you can keep going with this and stretch it out. Of course, you're going to stretch out also the flavor of the anchovies and everything else. I keep pouring it in, and I keep making a thick mayonnaise. Little bit more olive oil before I add a couple of other ingredients. Okay, I think I have all incorporated, and it's still really, really thick. Or Cheshire sauce. Depends on how much you like, but it's another umami bang flavor inside of the mouth. So you go bum, 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 bum. It's about a tablespoon I'm putting in. Maybe not quite. You see it's in the bottom there. It will start to thin it a little bit. And I'm still going to add some more olive oil and other ingredients as we go along. Now we're getting to the brightness. And I don't want to put too much lemon in until I taste it, because I really hate it if it's like, wow, way lemony. But I'm going to put a half a lemon in about to start. Sometimes I don't do it with a squeezer, but it makes it so much easier. You don't get the seeds in. I do get a little pulp. But now you'll start to see that with the lemon juice, it's no longer as thick. What I've done is taken out that thickness and made it into a creamy, yummy, incredible dressing. And I just splashed it on my glasses because I was whipping. That's why we have a towel. All right, but we're not done. We need more olive oil. Usually I make so much dressing, I have to take half of it out, put it in the refrigerator. It depends on how many people are here. So I'm incorporating a little bit more than a half a cup of oil. And I'll probably use a little more lemon juice to thin this out. But we are very close to the consistency that I want. It's dripping and it's going to coat the leaves. What you want is you want the leaves to be coated. You don't want it to drop off. And there's some tricks to doing that. All right. So now I better taste and see where we're getting. I think I'm going to extend it, and then I'm going to lemonize it just a little bit more. But I like the brightness of lemon. And that garlic, by the way, has kind of faded. It's like a background note with the Worcestershire sauce as a background note. But I need a tad bit more lemon. Throw away my last one, put in this one. A little more lemon juice.
Hey, Chell. Caroline Bailey would like to give you a lesson on how to pronounce Worcestershire sauce.
Can you ask the question again?
Caroline would like to give a lesson on how to pronounce the ingredient that you use that starts with a W.
The Worcestershire sauce? All right.
I pronounce it Worcestershire.
I'm open to all lessons on pronunciation. Look at how much dressing there is from that one egg yolk. And I could put a lot more oil inside of that. All right. Now I could stop there. I wouldn't, because it still needs a little salt. And I love to rain my salt so that I don't get too much in there at a time. So I rain my salt down on that. I look it up. Now, a lot of times when you see a salad like this, what you're going to see is people shave Parmigiano Reggiano on the top. Well, I don't like it done that way. I like it integrated. So, and especially if they use the cheap kind, then you get this kind of crunchy. It's not even crunchy. It's not great Parmigiano Reggiano. So I take my Parmigiano Reggiano and I use a grater to grate it in. But a fine, oh, by the way, it's a very fine grater. These are not big grates. It's like a microplane. So you're raining the Parmigiano Reggiano in there. But I thought it would take too much time and it didn't. So I have about not quite a cup. It's really about 3/4 of a cup of finely grated Parmigiano Reggiano. I'm just going to dump that whole thing in there. And I'm going to whip it into the dressing and let it incorporate. Now, I'll make it a little thicker, and I may want to thin it, and I do, because it turned out a lot thicker when I added that. I added a fair amount, but I need to taste that again. I need water, actually, for it. Not. I could use olive oil. Hold on.
Who's hungry?
Sorry, I didn't plan on this, but I don't like it too thick. I don't like it too thin, but the flavor profile is really good, but it's a very thick dressing right now. So I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of water in there. And I'm going to see if I can make it into a little bit more creamy dressing. Ooh, it's almost there. Are you getting hungry? I'll send it to you. Oh, yeah. Now we're talking. Now it will fall back off the whisk with a little help. I get by with a little help from my friends. All right. I think, new spoon, I think we're almost there. It's creamy, and it's got the umami, and the garlic with the Worcestershire and the Parmesan, it's like goes around your tongue all the way down your throat, and it goes zap, 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 zap. And you don't get that if you don't make a good Parmigiano, a good Caesar salad dressing. And it's running. All right, so I've made the same mistake that I make with some frequency, and that is that I have too much dressing for my salad. So I'm just going to take a little bowl, and I'm going to scoop about half, if not more. We're going to eat this tonight with some little cutlets, and it's going to be really good. So I'm going to take some of it out, and I can always add it back in. You can't take it out again. I'm going to start there. So that's a lot that I've taken out. And I still have a fair amount based in the sides here, and you can see all of that sitting there. All right, so next important step, the lettuce. When I'm in Mexico, in Tijuana, they take, sorry, I had to step out of the screen for a second there, romaine, and these are really cool. They're small artisan romaines that you can get in Costco in a big bag. So I'm just like enamored with them because the leaves are smaller. And I peel off the outer leaves. And then what I do is I wash them and put them in a salad spinner. I do that because if you use wet lettuce in your Parmesan, the dressing runs off. And what you're trying to do is create a coating. So you got to do this ahead of time, and you got to let it dry and put it in. All right, so there are two ways we can do this. In Mexico, they take the entire leaf and put it in, which is really cool. Should I do that right now? Dot doesn't want me to do that because when I make the whole leaves, it's like you can take this, so I dip it in that Parmesan. It's like, That's like the best thing in the world. That was so good. No, what Dot wants me to use is chopped lettuce. So you can use a fork.
There we go.
So I put chopped lettuce in there. Let's do the whole thing. I lost a few leaves. And there's a couple kind of big leaves in there. And then I mix it around. And you can see that what I'm trying to do is coat the sides of all of those leaves. A little bit heavy, but I'm going to finish. I'm going to chop some more a little bit later. But I've got like this great Parmigiano Reggiano now. It's not done. It's almost done. Oh, man, I just want to like lick that spoon. And if you weren't here, maybe I'd do that.
No, don't do that.
Oh, you won't do that. Okay. But I'm just going to take a bowl, and I'm going to put some of this Caesar salad with that creamy, yummy, umami popping flavor into the bowl. And they could be the whole leaves, you know, if you really want to go the whole leaves, which is, I think it looks really cool to do those whole leaves. I really like that. I thought it was really, really fun. All right, so that's the base of the salad. Now you can add some things to it. I don't want that big leaf in there. I got a big leaf. And the garbage bowl. All right, so we can stop there, but of course, a lot of people like croutons, right? Yeah, people like croutons. So earlier today, because it would have taken too long, I chopped up just 3 slices of a baguette, and I took a lot of butter, like a 1/4 cup of butter, and I put it in a bowl, melted it. I threw the bread in when it was soft. It was 2-day-old. And then I put in oregano and thyme and some seasoned salt. No, carbs. I'm trying to stay away from carbs. Oh my gosh. when you make your own croutons, it's like, whoa. All right, so you got to put a few croutons. And that's all. Nobody will eat them. They'll pull them off because it's too many carbs. But, I mean, for the decorative view, right? People like the Parmigiano Reggiano. What do I do with it? What is my Parmigiano Reggiano?
Did you put it back in the bowl?
Didn't.
No.
Oh, here it is. The Parmigiano Reggiano. Then I'm going to take some slivers because it adds just, it's just visual because you've already got Parmigiano Reggiano in there. All right. Now, it did take a little while, but what? Did we do this in 20 minutes or something? And now we have the most incredible Parmigiano Reggiano with homemade crunchy herb-flavored croutons.
Amazing.
We got enough to feed 20 people if I want to extend it. All right, the Camembert. We're going to go on for about 30 minutes, about 25 minutes. So I hope this is done enough. Put a towel down because it's going to be hot when I pull it out. I'm going to pull this out of the oven. Oh, look at that. Look at that, baby. You see how it's puffed up on top? The Camembert has come out of the shell. A little bit of that rosemary has like seeped into the Camembert.
That looks amazing.
It is amazing. All right, so I'm gonna take off the rosemary. You can leave it. Get a new spoon. But if you open this up, now I'm gonna grab a cracker because it's a little hot right now. So I made this little plate of crackers. And I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna show you what we do with this. You just open, so it's already opened up. The skin's off. But look at that. Look how that opens up. And you've got this soft, warm cheese that you can just spread on the cracker. Oh my gosh, we sat in France. And I don't love the rosemary sprigs, so I'm gonna throw one of those off. And that.
Don't burn yourself.
Oh, so you can smell the rosemary. You can see the crunchy. And it's like this molten lava that would cause me to go to the hospital with a burnt mouth, and I won't be able to come in next week, Gail. And a umami bomb Caesar salad. We're gonna have such fun tonight. And there you have it.